Hey guys, it's Jasmine, your brow expert. Okay, so looking at my eyebrow, obviously it is very uneven eyebrows. And so I guess you can say this is part 3, uneven eyebrows. Okay, so I over exaggerated the length on this eyebrow and I over exaggerated the thickness on this side just so that you guys can see the difference that just a simple tweaks on the shape can do. Okay, so all right, so addressing the obvious, the right side, on my right side, it's really long and this side is kind of short compared to this side, but I actually like this one. I like the length on it because I like a little bit of lift. This side of the eyebrow, when you draw it in too low, it really creates more of a sad kind of, it drags the eye down. So I want to drag the eye up. Okay, so this side, a little too thick right at the end there. Well, I'm just going to correct that with a little makeup. You guys can do that as well. A little makeup, concealer, put a little bit of color over that hair. Okay, let's make this a little thinner. All I have to do is put a little bit of makeup right in that thicker part underneath, and I'm just going to raise the color. But if you guys notice that I'm not going to do it too hard, too high, just a little bit. This way I have more control of how much little or a lot I need to do. So again, a little goes a long way, and this cuts your time, you guys. If you slow down and just do a little bit and have some patience, you won't have to worry about spending so much time and try to correct those mistakes, right? Okay, so I'm just doing a tiny bit right here, and honestly, just me doing this, you guys could already see the difference, right? And you guys could also notice, if you haven't already, that my brows are really dark. I'm always going to use dark colors just so that you guys can see the shape. But typically, I wear my eyebrows much lighter than this. Okay, back to the eyebrow. Now I'm going to go to this side. Little too low. Well, I'm going to make my mark. Mark, by that I mean the golden ratio. Anastasiabrows salon. There, if you come and get your eyebrows done, you can see an expert like myself and we can correct that for you. But in the meantime, I'm going to use the golden ratio, marking your eyebrows and knowing how long the eyebrows should be. Use the side of the nose, right, and the corner of the eye. And if you hold it at an angle, just like so, see that? You guys can already see how much lower the eyebrow is that it should not be. I say should not be because the golden ratio really helps in mapping out what's right for you on your face. Not what I tell you how long or short it should be, what your face is telling you. So I'm just gonna mark my eyebrows just by holding the brush or a pencil right here, right the side of the nose, the corner of the eye, in an angle. And if I just do this, and if you happen to have a little bit of hair there, you can just tweeze a little bit and know that you're not doing too much, right? Okay, so I'm gonna just use a concealer again, just to kind of erase or to go over that hair you already have. Again, just don't worry about tweezing that hair right then and there. Just, you can do that afterwards, right? But I just want you guys to go with me on this, or correct it with me on the areas that can just use a little bit of correction. Again, I'm just using makeup, foundation, but you guys can use a concealer, whatever you can find, can just go right over that area. Okay, now do you guys see how it's so much better, right? You get that lift and it's not too long. Okay, so that was pretty easy. Let's do the middle of the eyebrow. This is another area I see all the time. I still see it, where it's not enough color or hair underneath this area of the eyebrow, right here. And also on this side as well. So let's put some color on there. You guys can use the powder with me, or you can use a pencil as well. I like the brush because the brush has that angle and it's kind of like a cheat sheet right there. If you see right where I'm laying the brush, you can see that angle of the brush. It already kind of does the job for me. All I'm doing is dragging the color a tiny bit and placing a little bit of that angle right underneath. You guys can see before your very eyes that just by me placing that color and straight across. Okay, so I'm placing a bit more color so you guys can see how good this already looks. This is no editing, you guys. This is really what's going on right now. That's pretty good, right? Okay, let's do the other eyebrow. I don't need to do too much here as I did there because this eyebrow automatically goes a little too low as it is. So I'm not gonna put too much, just a little bit. But again, just me doing this makes such a difference, right? And if this is all the time you guys have, just doing that, well, you've already done a little bit of correction. Okay, but for those of you that need to come back to this, make sure you save it. And make sure you guys share this because I'm sure you know someone that could use this tip, right? Okay, so that was not bad, right? Just a little bit right here. I'm going a little lower, right here. Do you not love that spoolie brush? I mean, really, it's everything. Corrects any mistake, right? Okay, so now I like the height in this front of the eyebrow. I'm sure you guys do too by looking at the other side. All I'm gonna do is raise this area up just so that it would balance with this side, right? Okay, again, just raise it up a little bit and just keep going higher and higher until you see that it's going almost the same as this. Do you guys see that all I'm doing is a tiny bit right here and it's already making a huge difference, right? Okay, so again, I raised it up. Now it's as thick as this. It's not gonna be perfectly like, oh wow, she's perfectly aligned now. It's a lot better than what I started. Okay, so let's just kind of correct that little line there. I'm just gonna use a little bit of makeup and then my pinky, which is always good to use. This is a time when you guys look at the mirror and go, okay, well, not too bad. And I'm good. But you guys, one more thing I want you guys to do is, if the front of the eyebrow ends up being too dark, please use a spoolie brush and just comb over it. I see this mistake a lot. I see the front of the eyebrow being so dark that the rest of the eyebrow kind of disappears. You want the front to be a little lighter than the rest. In this case, I'm using a dark color, again, like I said, so that way you guys can see the shape. But make sure that before you leave, the front isn't so dark and you want to always brush it with that spoolie to tone down the color up in the front. I hope you guys got this tip. Please save this and please share this. And definitely subscribe again. So this way you guys get your latest tips. And thank you again. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.